Hello, myself Sandhya. I'm going to present on the topic of Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation of India is a statutory body created and run by our Indian government. The ownership of FCI is maintained by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Government of India. It is formed by the enactment of Food Corporations Act 1964 by the Parliament of India. It was set up on Jan 14, 1965, having its district office at Tanjavur and headquarters in Chennai, and later on shifted to New Delhi. The picture we have seen is the symbol of Food Corporation of India. The mandates of FCI are effective price support operations for safeguarding the interests of farmers, the distribution of food grains throughout the country for public distribution system, maintaining satisfactory level of operational and buffer stocks of food grains to ensure national food security. Since its inspection, FCI has played a significant role in India's success in transforming the crisis management oriented food security into a stable security system. The objectives of FCI is to provide farmers remunerative prices, to make food grains available at reasonable prices, to maintain buffer stocks, and to intervene in market for price stabilization. The vision of FCI is to ensure food security for citizens of the country, and the mission is efficient procurement at minimum support price, storage, and distribution of food grains, ensuring availability of food grains and sugar through appropriate policy instrument, including maintenance of buffer stocks of food grains, and making food grains accessible at reasonable prices, especially to the weak and vulnerable sections of the society under PDS, that is Public Distribution System. The statistics of FCI says that the Food Corporation of India purchases roughly 15 to 20% of India's wheat output and 12 to 15% of India's rice output. The purchases are made from the farmers at the rates declared by the Government of India, and this rate is known as the minimum support price. There is no limit for procurement in terms of volume. Any quantity can be procured by FCI provided the stock satisfies fair average quality specifications with respect to FCI. This is the organizational structure of the Food Corporation of India. This will be explained in detail on the upcoming slides. Food Corporation of India operates through depots, which is headed by manager, and depots is to cater the requirements of the district's population. Depots reports to divisional office, which is headed by the assistant general manager. Divisional office looks after the quality control work that includes ensuring food grains are pest free and subjected to regular pest control measures. Under divisional managers control, there are managers to deal with sections, namely depot, sales, contracts, procurement, etc., who consolidate the field level operations. Through the divisional managers' authorization, they transmit the necessary information and periodical statements to regional officers of their respective regions. Under the managers, there are assistant grades 1, 2, 3, and junior engineer who help the managers in day-to-day operations of the organization. 21,847 employees were working in FCI as of 2019 record. The divisional office reports to the regional office, which is headed by a general manager. They may be an IAS or IPS under deputation. Under his control, deputy general managers coordinate with the daily operations through the assistant general managers who actually oversees the functions of the particular sections. All these officers apprise the general manager periodically on various issues pertaining to the sections in that region. Locations. FCI is divided into 5 zones in North, East, West, Northeast, South. Each zone is divided into regions with a regional office in one region. Regional office is controlled by zonal office, which is headed by executive director. They may be an IAS or IRS. Executive director controls 3 or more than 3 general managers, coordinate with all regional offices of their zone with subordinate officers like deputy general manager and assistant general managers. They deal with allotted operational sections in their respective zones. The zonal offices are controlled by headquarters, which is headed by chairman and managing director. The managing director is an IAS of secretary rank. Headquarters instruct, communicate, consolidate, and refine the voluminous information required in day-to-day operations. It coordinates with the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and Food Secretary and various other corporations in formulating food policy or amending the existing policy to suit the emerging challenges in managing food security scenario of the nation. The operations undertaken by Food Corporation of India are: it procures rice and wheat from farmers through many routes like paddy purchase centers, custom milling, and stores them in depots. FCI maintains many types of depots like food storage depots and buffer storage complexes and private equity godowns. It also implemented latest storage methods of silo storage facilities which are located at Hapur in UP, Malur in Karnataka and Elavur in Tamil Nadu. The stocks are transported throughout the India by means of railways, roadways, and waterways. The stocks are issued to the state government nominees at the rates declared by the Government of India for the further distribution under the public distribution system for the consumption of the ration card holders. The difference between the purchase price and sale price, along with internal costs, are reimbursed by the Union government in the form of food subsidy. The annual subsidy is around $10 billion. The FCI actually is not a decision making authority. It just implements the decisions made by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and Ministry of Agriculture. FCI recently ventured into procurement of pulses in various regions from the crop year 2015 to 16. Pulses are procured at market rate, which is a sharp deviation from its traditional minimum support price based procurement system. In 2014, the Government of India set up a high-level committee under the chairmanship of the Honourable Member of the Parliament and former Minister of Food and Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution, Sri Shantakumar, to recommend viable solutions regarding restructuring and orienting the role of FCI. On 27 November 2019, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved to increase the authorized capital of FCI from existing 3,500 crore to 10,000 crores. Procurement. The government policy of procurement of food grains has broad objectives of ensuring MSP to the farmers and availability of food grains to the weaker sections at affordable prices. It also ensures effective market intervention, thereby keeping the prices under check. It also adds to the overall food security of the country. For instance, for wheat procurement, 21,106 procurement centers in RMS 2021 to 22 and 74,684 procurement centers for procurement of paddy in KMS 2020 to 21 were operated. Policy and system. Government agencies undertake MSP operations at Mandas, temporary purchase centers, aggregation points. Location and number of purchase centers to be opened or decided by the state governments. Systems of procurement. In case of wheat, FCI undertakes direct procurement in non-DCP states. Rice, custom milled and levy rice. Coarse grains are procured by the state governments for central pool. Storage and contract. Storage plan of FCI is primarily to meet the storage requirement for holding stocks to meet the requirements of public distribution system and other welfare schemes undertaken by the Indian government. New godowns are constructed through private participation under Private Entrepreneurs Guarantee Scheme. FCI is also augmenting and modernizing its storage capacity in the form of silos through public-private partnership. This slide shows the capacity of FCI and storage capacity of other agencies in statistical values. Finance and accounts. The functions of finance and accounts division is primarily maintenance of accounts and preparation of annual reports, preparation of budget estimates, claim subsidy from Indian government, funds management, taxation, debt collection, and financial evaluation of commercial proposals. The functions of Food Corporation of India is entirely to focus on supporting the farmers in providing the food grains to large number of public in a more well and efficient way for today and tomorrow. It also functions to preserve and store the large quantity of food grains and spreading it over the large and vast areas, and to arrange the transport facilities to provide agricultural seeds, manures and fertilizers from warehouses. The other functions is to distribute and supply food grains through ration shops, which comes under Food Corporation of India Act, for the betterment of the society considering the large masses. FCI functions the sale of food grains and its movement mainly depends on the rail being a deficit country. Movement plays a very important role in the working of Food Corporation of India as well as in fulfilling the objectives of food policy and National Food Security Act. Food Corporation of India undertakes movement of food grains in order to evacuate stocks from surplus regions, to meet the requirements of deficit regions, to create buffer stocks in deficit regions. Thank you.